Alright everybody, Bald&curious here. So, showed you my open gun not too long ago, but that's about all I did. I showed it to you. So, let's talk about it a little bit. Now what you see on my messy desk is my Infinity 2011 and STI/Bedell Custom Open 2011, which basically shows you the same frame, the build of the same frame. Well, technically no, because from what I understand, Infinity makes their own frame in-house, but most of the open guns are gonna be built on the STI frame or SVI frame. So it's essentially, you can tell it's the same gun. Yeah, it's different cuts and whatnot, but it's the same frame. And then basically builder gets it in the hands and turns it into this Franken Space Force gun. Now this one's chambered in 9mm. Let me show you it's clear. Keep everybody happy. This one's chambered in 9mm, but it also has a 38 super barrel, and these barrels are threaded on and pinned. You can see, hopefully you can see. Come on, zoom. There you go. You can see the pin, so that makes it legal in New York. These mags were neutered to 10 rounds, and they basically, these are 9mm or 38 magazines, but they fit in a 40 gun as well, because essentially the same magazines, just different feed lips. Now this one's riding a Seymour optic. I have the same optic on my open gun 22 or rimfire open gun for a steel challenge, and I even have the same dot. This one is 8 MOA, and I like it because I can't really see that well, so the bigger dot makes it easier. Now this one, I'll also show you. Not only it has a compensator, there's also holes in top of the barrel, so it's 3 holes and 3-port comp. The weight on this is actually, believe it or not, but this open gun is lighter than the SVI. I don't have a scale, but this is actually a little lighter gun. They both have a polymer lower. Some 2011s come with a steel lower. This is polymer. It's supposed to be actually a little better on a recoil. The trigger pull, it's a single action, so it's real nice and crisp. Probably just about the same as my Infinity. Difference is just the shape of the trigger, which is actually fairly easy to change. You see this one has a little curve, this one's all flat, so I might change it a little bit. And this one has a giant mag well. You see how much bigger the mag well is opposed to my SVI, so it makes for really fast reloading. Alright, so here's the racker. I was experimenting. I had a racker on the other side, because happens that I was shooting, I grabbed my gun like I always do, and I kind of forgot this thumb a little too high and got whacked. So when you do that, when you got a racker like this, you have to make sure that your thumb is down. It's kind of like shooting better at a rhino and making sure you tuck your thumbs in, right, Big Johnson? Well, anyway, when I put it on the other side, it was kind of weird if you ever have to clear the malfunction, because, you know, rackers on this side, so it's kind of weird to operate. Use a deflector for the optic from the holes in the barrel. Works fine. The trigger pull is real awesome on this thing, as it's pretty much a custom gun, just like my SVI. Like I said, the only difference is in the shape of the triggers. Now, alright, so take it apart. Easiest thing I found. Lock it back. The first thing I have to take out the racker that pretty much held just by one Allen screw in the dovetail. So there you go. Then I got this tool. Basically I took the paper clip, and made a little bend at the end. Let me see. Shows better. Hope you can see it. and there's a hole in the guide rod. Basically, all you have to do is get it into that hole. Ah, come on. Okay, now when you do that, it takes the tension off the spring and your slide can move. You just align your notch like for the regular 1911. Usually, since the slide stop is reset, I got to push it from the other side. So slide stop comes off, your whole slide comes off. You put your link back, then your whole recoil spring assembly basically is like this. You can take it apart if you want to, just don't put your eye out. And flip the link back, and here's the 9mm barrel. You can see, hopefully, it's pinned as well. So you don't really take the comp off, you kind of made it to it. Put it back together, same thing, reverse the process. So other than having this fancy recoil spring assembly, it's just like the 1911. Line it all up. Let me get my slide stop. Okay, now just rock it back. Probably easy, just slide it back. Okay, get my handy tool out, reinstall my slide racker. Guns back to the action. Let me show you what a side picture on this thing looks like. Now, I'm gonna be a hell of a time finding the dot, and don't give me shit that I'm aiming at a hot girl, because it's incredibly hard doing this through camera. I hope it shows up. Alright, now if you watch any of my previous videos, back when I was shooting a CZTS, I had this Safariland holster, and I actually wound up selling it, and now I wind up buying it again. I couldn't decide whether to go with a double alpha or this. This one was a lot better price and I was familiar with it. There's a little button over here that really bothered me. I wind up taking it off, and actually I'm kind of liking it. And the beauty of this holster is that when it's locked, nothing gets the gun out. When it's unlocked, you have to push up about ½ an inch. You can push forward like this and it's not going to come out at all. You got to come up and then you can take it out. And this should really work. Well, it's not going to work because the gun's too long, but it should work for my limited gun as well. The only difference is I got to adjust the screws, as you can tell, but it's the same, since it's the same frame. Just by pushing these screws forward it'll work, but since I hate mixing the rigs around like that, I might actually give a double alpha a try as well, if I find a good deal on one. Now, I bought this gun used. I got a screaming deal on it. I'm not gonna tell you what, but it was way less than Infinity. And the only thing is, it didn't come with any magazines, so I had to find the magazines, make sure they're modified out of state, and get them here. And these are the best mags you can buy for this gun, and they're not cheap. They're about $135 a piece. So you need 4 mags, 5 mags shooting in this state. Any other state you can probably shoot the whole freaking match with 2 mags, because you can load them up to about 21 or 23 rounds, and with the 2 mags you got 46 rounds, so that's pretty much all you need for the whole stage most of the places. But I'm really excited about this. I'm not sure when or how or what I'm gonna do. So far I've been just messing with the loads, using these 124 grain precision bullets. I had a little bit of the auto comp left over, so I got a couple hundred rounds I made from that, and now I've been experimenting with the CFE, and I actually like that. And it's nice because I can pretty much use the same powder for my regular 9mm and my open gun. You just use a lot more. Basically, you use about, what I got now, I'm up to about 7.3 grains of CFE. That gives me about 170 power factor. And you actually need the gases. The more gases, the better, so the gun doesn't jump. One thing that I have to address is when I put my support hand, I don't really have a place for my thumb. So I might wind up getting the thumb rest right against the optic mount, just to kind of, because right now I don't have a place. I kind of just put it against the, but it doesn't really fit there. The Infinity is a little different because there's nothing there, so nothing's in my way. Alright, so there you have it, my first adventure into open gun. You might see some videos of me shooting it, but I don't think I'm going to be competing till next season with that. There you have it. As always, have fun, keep shooting.